What's going on, everybody? This is Captain Obvious, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. I am really excited today to be talking about axolotls, which is going to be one of the new mobs added in the 1.17 update in the summer of 2021. And I've actually had some personal experience with axolotls. My cousin, who lives in the Catskill Mountains, when we were kids, had just, his whole basement was just filled with the weirdest things. He had about 70, maybe 75 tanks just full of just random stuff. Like really, really random stuff. And this is like 30 years ago. I don't know how big the trade for axolotls was back then, but now they're actually pretty popular and pretty common. Now you can handle them, but I wouldn't recommend it because, you know, they're a little nippy. Now they're not going to hurt you. They barely break your skin. And they're also, keep in mind, they are meant to go underwater, even though they are not fish. But, you know, if you're cleaning a cage or a tank or whatever, you can move them. And they're pretty adorable. They're also really ugly. It's kind of a very cool contrast, but I love the creature. So I wanted to give you guys some facts about them. Now, they can regrow their limbs and their organs. So they're adding that in the game, but it's also a true fact in real life. Now, they are not immortal. They do have lifespans, but I guess if things get injured, you know, they can regrow stuff. It's pretty cool. They're actually studied by scientists because of these regenerative properties. Now, they are an endangered species, and why are they endangered? Because there was only 2 lakes that they were found in the entire world in Mexico, and actually one of them was drained. So naturally, there's only 1 lake in the entire world where you can find them, not in a lab. Now, obviously, there's a ton that's captive, but in terms of wild, out in the real world, I think there's something like, they say less than 25 or 1,500, something like that, that you can actually find wild. There's way more in captivity. So they are very, very endangered. They only live like between 10 and 15 years, and they are pretty small. There's 6 to 18 inches long, although the average is more 9 to 10. So they're kind of a very small creature. Now, they do come in a variety of colors in the wild. I don't know what they're going to have in the game. I saw a few. I think I saw 3. But in the wild, in real life, they're white, black, pink, yellow, and green. And they can either be solid colors or have like spots and stuff on them. Now, they're what's known as neotenous creatures. What does that mean? Very simply, they basically look the same in adulthood as they do when they're babies. So their features never change. Now, they look like fish, but they're actually not fish. They're salamanders. Now, their name comes from the Aztecs, and it means water dog, which is great because if you saw the video at Minecon, basically you can tame them with a water bucket. And, you know, once you pick them up with a water bucket and then put them down again, they're basically water dogs. They will follow you around. They will attack creatures for you. They will attack guardians. They'll attack elder guardians, drowned, fish, anything else that you might encounter. I'm sure players, if the players hurt you. So they're pretty dangerous to the other mobs, but they're basically underwater dogs. That's exactly what they are. And in Latin, their name actually means Mexican salamander, even though they're commonly referred to as Mexican walking fish. Again, they are not fish. Now, they spend their entire lives underwater, which is why a lot of people do confuse them with fish, and they don't metamorphosize into full salamanders like the normal salamanders do, but they are underwater salamanders, even though they don't go through that change, which makes them the very first amphibian that is introduced into Minecraft, which is kind of cool. Here's a little fun fact for you guys, though. Scientists have actually been able to turn axolotls into full salamanders using hormones. So they inject them with the hormones, and it basically bypasses their neoteny, and they're able to fully metamorphosize and turn into actual salamanders. Now, I think that would be an awesome feature in the game. If we can craft a potion or something where we could like throw it at them and basically turn them into regular salamanders and make them walk on the ground. So you can have them underwater and on the ground. I think that'd be kind of cool because, again, this is something that actually happens in real life. Now, going back to what I said about them not being dangerous, they do bite. They don't really break skin on people, but they are dangerous to underwater creatures. Actually, it's funny. The way that they attack is they kind of suck in the air. So they kind of suck the creatures towards them, and basically they don't have a chance to escape. I mean, it's not funny to them, but it's funny to me. It's like you're sucking in your meal. I don't know. I just find it really, really funny. Now, in the game, they're going to live in lush caves, which are amazing, and I would love to do an actual video on that. And going back to what I was talking about when they attack with you, they will play dead. So they'll play dead if like a guardian or some kind of creature is attacking them, and they're actually going to use those regenerative properties to heal. And while they're playing dead, they cannot be attacked. So, you know, they'll just, I don't know, maybe they'll turn on their side or something. The bad mob will think that they're dead. They won't hurt them, but they'll actually be healing the whole time. And supposedly, if you treat them well or you do something to them in the game, they'll actually heal you too. So they'll regen themselves and they'll regen you, kind of like a floating beacon that follows you. Very, very cool. That's all the facts I have about the axolotl. It is my favorite new mob that they're going to be adding into the game out of, I think, the 3 or so that they showed. I can't wait for this. I'm really excited. Let me know what you're excited for in the comments. Captain Obvious out. Peace.